Now the latest on the trial for the Aurora Theater gunman. Today, jurors got an extensive look inside James Holmes' apartment. CBS 4 investigator Rick Salinger is covering the trial in Centennial. Rick, a man in that courtroom comes to support Holmes' parents.
Yes, Jim, the man who came here to support the parents of James Holmes, it turns out, is the father of a murder victim himself, although from another case. Today, he and others got a close-up photo tour of an apartment wired to explode. What investigators found in James Holmes' apartment were more than just explosives in a booby trap meant for police. The purpose of the testimony of FBI agent Christopher Rigopoulos appeared to be an attempt by prosecutors to show the extensive amount of planning by the defendant. James Holmes looked at the screen as items from his bedroom were displayed. Among them, a calendar with the date July 20th of 2012, the day of the attack, marked.
On the 20th, it's a circle with the number 1 inside of it. And then there's, we call it an infinity symbol that goes laterally within the circle.
There was evidence of weapons purchases, instruction booklets on how to use them, and ammunition for them. The preparation for the attack was emphasized by prosecutors by showing the jurors targets that were purchased by the defendant and a card from a shooting range. In the living room of the apartment was an elaborate booby trap the witness said was meant to do extensive damage. Watching it all silently from inside the courtroom have been James Holmes' parents. On this day, they had lunch with Bob Autoby. He is an outspoken opponent of the death penalty.
They're very lonely, you know, being in a different state, and they don't have a lot of people they can count on.
He says, like the victims, the parents of the defendant are suffering too. If the name Bob Autoby sounds familiar, you may remember that his son was a prison guard who was murdered by an inmate. He then helped spare the life of the killer of his son, who was facing the death penalty, much like James Holmes. In Centennial, Rick Salinger, CBS 4 News.